Why are there so many children? No, I'm not dying to them. So today we're just like really going hardcore on the environment. And the biggest thing is this forest floor here. We need to really sort it out because right now it is looking very, very plain and I want to fix that. You would have seen I already started with this, I don't even know what you'd call these platform things. And I really like them. I love the yellow, that is very zoomed in. I love the yellow erosion, and little cracks throughout them. I reckon that I'm going to try to keep this going like throughout, but we'll see how it goes. I will say Dust has been very helpful because without an elytra, getting around has been tough going, but he's relatively quick, not crazy, but that jump, my goodness, is that helpful. But yeah, I guess let's just go straight ahead and get started on this underbrush. That's probably the wrong term, but I'll use it anyway. So my idea for underneath here, now that I've got so much podzol around, which I should probably collect before I really do this. I've been through so many iterations of different, I guess, forest floors, trying to create like a really like mossy, earthy, I don't even know how to describe it, just like super green and luscious and growing and that sort of thing. I'm going to kind of go from above here and imagine as if where sunlight would build up the most, so like these gaps in the middle of trees, is going to be a lot of foliage and it's going to be really growing flowers maybe, and it'll be like stacked up a little bit higher, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So like here there's air, so you can build this bit out. It'll kind of surround the trees, and even this fallen tree might have a slightly smaller ring around it because it's been fallen and dead for a while, but because it did once have that kind of canopy above it that's blocking the sunlight and the rainwater, it flows out to the side and into like these areas here where it builds up. So I think I'm going to go around and just fill in all of this moss and create this really nice and like luscious environment, even though I did spend a very long time getting all of this podzol out here. But I will make use of it, so let's just smash that out. So as I put in the foliage here, I just wanted to expand a little bit on my inspiration. I recently came across a channel called Jossix. Their link should be in the description and a card popping up in the top right corner of your screen. And if there isn't, please tell me, because I do have a tendency to forget. Anyway, Jossix, if I'm not mistaken, is a geologist or some sort of expert in natural science or the field. I really should have looked this up before I started recording this clip, but we are here now. The video I saw was Where Do Forests Come From? This video sparked curiosity in me to where I was reading research papers on grass and researching where flowers grow. And this video was quick and to the point and so informative that I went through some of his other videos and I found the science of terraforming waterfalls. And now I have an abstract Minecraft depiction of a real world accurate waterfall that comes from a puddle in the top of a mountain. But from the erosion to the plunge pool and splashing, I was just consumed. And this is something I do very often. I'll find myself in a rabbit hole on this one specific piece of information that gets me nothing except for an informed build in Minecraft. Because that's what it is most of the time, something to do with whatever project I'm currently working on in Minecraft. I think this is why my videos can take me so long to make and why my builds end up looking the way they do. The amount of care and time and curiosity I put into it really shapes the build. It just kind of would be nice if it wasn't only Minecraft that I got fixated on, because believe it or not, I am an architecture student because of Minecraft. Basically, I was building a bridge and looking at real plans, sections, elevations, engineering, load management, and why. I would get so hyperfixated on these sorts of things, and then my partner would be on the receiving end of my regurgitation of all this information that she has no interest in other than that I'm interested in it, and I really do appreciate her for listening. But eventually she pointed out that I clearly have a fascination for structures and how it comes together, so I should pursue architecture. At the time, I'd just started my channel and I wasn't happy in the course I was taking at university, a Bachelor of Science, so I was kind of bewildered that I hadn't thought of it myself, and I transferred over to architecture. Now here I am, an architecture student, over a year in, and I love architecture. I really do, but I just don't think I want to be an architect coming out of this degree. And that's kind of scary, because then what am I working towards? I'm turning 21 in a few months, and I still don't know what I want to do. I know a lot of people would say I'm still young and I've got time, but that doesn't change the fact that it is scary. An ideal world would have me doing this, YouTube. That would be amazing, but I'm also not going to bank on making it big on here, because that doesn't set me up for right now, and there's just no security in it. Anyway, I'm really going off topic now, but hey, shameless plug. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and maybe leave a comment telling me what you do for a living, because there's so many jobs out there, and I'm in a fortunate enough position to where I do have opportunity, so maybe you'll inspire me. One of the things I keep mentioning is why. I always question why things are the way they are, and I think that that's what it boils down to at its core. I'm curious, and all I need is that little spark of curiosity, and then I'm in a deep dive on the great corner problem of the Renaissance era. Anyway, this is probably the longest monologue I've had in one of these videos, so let me know if you enjoyed it, but let's get back to some first-person A-roll. So, I finished. I really like this bridge, by the way. Really cool. But it's really kind of the view from here that I like the most. Maybe a little bit higher. Like, free cam it. Like that view there. It's really nice. I really like that. This was my first time building a waterfall and river. So first time using glass and the candles. I may have gone a little bit overboard. Like there's probably too many candles, but I'll look at it over time and change that as I go. But I want to show this off with shaders. I haven't seen it with shaders yet, so let me sleep and then I'll chuck some shaders on. Okay, holy cow. There is a lot going on here, but I do like it. The water is a little bit clearer now, and the candles kind of, like that zoom is crazy. That the blue candles kind of stand out, and I might get rid of them and stick to only the white ones, but this is pretty cool. It's nice to just like chuck shaders on every now and then and go around and have a look at things. And I love these flower patches. I stuck to my word and I followed from above, and there's kind of like the flower patches and clumps in between trees like there, and I think it worked out really quite nicely. The back of the forest here kind of was neglected. It kind of just ends weirdly, but you don't see that from over this way, so oh well. I also have a resource pack, flower clusters. I saw it on Beans and Apples channel during one of their live streams. It just adds variation, little clusters to the flowers. I really like it. You can still have single ones. I'll play with it for a bit and see what I think of it. For now, I reckon I want to keep it like that. So that's really quite cool. I even came over here, and this area does feel a little bit incomplete now. And I think that my solution is genuinely to just get like a whole bunch of this short grass and put it on every single block. Just fill it all out. And I think that that'll kind of solve our issues. These petals and the leaf blocks, I love it. Just the subtleties, the little details, the candles as little flowery things. I really like spent a lot of time on this, and I'm really proud of how it's come together. I do want to add bushes, but I kind of like neglected it, and I built out the whole thing, and then I didn't want to change things, and that's when I added the leaf blocks in, and I think that they worked out quite nicely because it adds a lot of variation to those little cluster areas. And I only added them where there's the flowers, which maybe I'll expand it to be just in the clumps in general. But I do think it turned out really quite nicely. Okay, I switched shaders. We were on complementary and now it is I like vanilla. Oh my, why, whoa. Okay, that's a little bit strange. Oh, that's really throwing me off. Okay, maybe we're not gonna do these shaders. Let's go back. I shall work out what was going wrong there, but for now we'll just stick to these shaders. Yeah, like I said, I did want to kind of try to stick to real world accurate stuff. Well, I wasn't even trying to stick to it, it's just what inspired me and how I kind of designed it. And so there's a few things that just don't quite add up, which those bushes are one of them, and then also just kind of the density. But I built the trees before I did all this research and looked into it, so they would generally be a lot closer, a lot tighter in together. So maybe I can work out adding a few like little ones in between. But then the foliage is kind of accurate to like how the trees are now. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to stick to how I have it now and not worry about some aspects of the inaccuracies, because at the end of the day, this is Minecraft and it is an abstract interpretation of a real life thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to transition into the normal forest, and in fact I need to continue this path out here, but I think I am going to add more trees onto this side over here, so for now it's a problem for later. I'm going to go over to my ghast and go look from our spot over there. Wait, he's not on a lead. How do I... Oh, I got riptide on my trident. Oh, I'm not making that. Well, that is one way of doing it. Oh no, I hit him. He's only got half health. I'll have to get some snowballs. This spot here is kind of like my thumbnail spot, so you probably recognize it. I'll even chuck my FOV down. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's definitely a few things I want to do in between episodes, but for now, I think this is where I'm going to leave it, because I do want to get this video out tonight. I do just want to say sorry about the plosives in the video. Thanks to my Patreon and specifically Akira the Awesome, I do have a new mic setup and I am still getting the hang of it. But I love the composition of the base. It is really coming together nicely and I'm excited to expand the forest and expand my town. So you know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. But I do hope you enjoyed, and bye-bye.